Hi there, this is Alexis from Pear Tree Education. I'm one of the writers on the website inquiryintoeducation.com. This is a follow-up to the book review I did last week. This is a teacher guide video with activities to do for the book Rose Blanche. Rose Blanche is written and illustrated by Roberto Innocenti. It was published in 1985 by Creative Editions. This picture book is told from the perspective of a young girl living in World War II Nazi Germany. Rose Blanche discovers a concentration camp and sneaks food to those suffering there. The book would be an excellent resource to use for critical inquiry into issues around war, the Holocaust, and for being able to recognize and stand up for something that you believe is right, even if it isn't the norm. One activity I've done with this book is called Writing and Role. Writing and Role is where students take on the perspective of one of the characters in the book and write to a different character in the book. Characters in this activity could be Rose Blanche, her mother, someone from the concentration camp, or the mayor of the village. You could decide if you want to assign your students to a particular character, or if you would like to let them pick their character on their own. I find that the results are far more authentic if you let them pick the character on their own. It is also easier for older children to be able to consider the perspective of antagonists more easily, such as the mayor. After the students write their letters, you can select some of them to read out loud and discuss as a group. From their questions and inferences, you can facilitate a critical discussion accordingly. A second activity to do is simply to have a critical discussion about the book, especially on days such as Remembrance Day. I found that the book lends itself very well to critical discussion because the concept of war is difficult for most people to try to make sense of, let alone young children who have never had to experience war. As a teacher, you would facilitate the discussion by asking critical questions such as, why would a book like this be written? Whose perspective is being told in the book? And whose opinions and points of view are not being told in the book? The book could also be used to emphasize how important it is to stand up for something you truly believe in and to apply a critical perspective to the world, even if your belief isn't necessarily the norm. While the Holocaust is obviously not the same, it could be compared to women getting the vote or black segregation, things which we would nowadays consider shocking, but unfortunately which were considered to be the norm for a long period of time. Rose Blanche is a powerful picture book resource to use for critical inquiry around topics about war. I would especially recommend using it to introduce war or the Holocaust, or to use on Remembrance Day, or especially when thinking of those who fought for peace. If you've enjoyed this teacher guide video, you may be interested in watching my book review video for Rose Blanche. Please also look at our website, www.inquiryintoeducation.com, for additional activities and resources. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.